I think the individualized one-on-one treatment is huge. The ability to reach a student, they're here 24/7. We can go and see them at the dorm if we need to. I have access to their parents all the time. I can email their parents, their therapist. There's just a lot of ways to communicate with a student and try to reach them where they're at, regardless of the situation. You know, another thing that's interesting about our education program is the behavior interventions that we have the ability to do. We just have some more, I guess, tools in our toolbox that you wouldn't get in other places.
My job, first and foremost, is just to help kids repair their relationship with education, and that develops from me getting to know them on a more personal level, because I think so many educators have been, like talking at them for a long time, and I hope that we at the school here demonstrate that we're willing to work side by side with kids. And we really do try to make school a healthy, a fun, an effective place for learning, so that kids can start to see that the reason why you didn't like school was not because an educator, but it was just because you weren't like educationally ready or emotionally ready to be involved in the learning process. And I think kids are natural learners, and they just need to be introduced back to the environment where they get curious, they get excited about learning, and that kind of fuels the spark and drives the relationship, I think, too. So, and gets me excited about learning.
We come in and they take an assessment when they get here, and we kind of see where they're at skill-wise, math, English, science, social studies. Every student is assigned one of those classes for each term. We evaluate their transcripts, see what they've taken, see what they need to graduate. We are California and Utah certified. We have the requirements for both of those states. It's not an asterisk diploma of any kind. It's the same thing that a kid would get in a public school. So the important part is the individualized work. Like my classes has 9 students in it. There's not a public school out there where you have 9 students. So that's a lot of the individualized help. Like Teresa, our math teacher, does an outstanding job reaching these kids where they're at. She does a great job. There's also a paraprofessional in that classroom as well to help with math, and you just wouldn't see that in public school. So it's a big difference as far as individual students go.
What really fuels me is those moments where you see them just being themselves and really enjoying what they're doing. And you'll see that in a variety of different ways. I've seen students who are just glowing when they're in school and they get an A, and then they just light up and they've had all this tough experience with school and they finally feel successful. But what really, really just drives me back is just the need. I think mental health for teenagers across the United States is a huge, huge problem. There are things personally in my life that I dealt with as a teen that I felt like I didn't get the level of support that I needed. And I think that what keeps me coming back is just, again, trying to just be a bright light in their life and trying to be a good influence and show them that there's hope for you to have a total, whatever light you want your life to be, there's absolutely hope for that. And we can help you provide the framework to get there if you're willing to engage with it.
I love being in my classroom, and it sounds super simple, but it's just knowing kids have a safe place to come to, and they're not afraid of expressing themselves, and they can pretty much tell you anything they need to get off their chest, and they know that this is a safe place. That's a really heartening aspect of this job. It's just very rewarding and keeps me coming back for sure.